Inder, December the 13th, back, Origin show. You must be buzzing to be back at York Hall, mate.
Definitely. I'm excited. It's a big show, a big platform, and I'm delighted to box on it.
Definitely, mate. I was going to say, I was looking back at your record. I mean, it's the venue that you've boxed most in, but it was also the venue that had most success in, obviously winning and then defending the Southern Area super welterweight title. I mean, welterweight, sorry. But it's a venue that's steeped in history, but steeped in history for yourself as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, boxed the most. I've had some good nights there. Don't think I've ever lost there. No, I've never lost there yet. I mean, so when I carry that on December the 13th, another night, another day in the office. You know what I mean?
Definitely, mate. I mean, the Southern Area title. I mean, it's a great title to win. I mean, what did it mean to you to pick up that title for the first time?
Do you know what? It meant a lot to me because no Sikh has won a title in professional boxing over like 25 years.
Wow.
So to win it and then win it in the style that I won it, first round, knocked him out, and against a good opponent, he was actually the favourite for some reason.
Alfie Winter as well, wasn't it? Yeah.
So it meant a lot to me, and I don't know, like 400 tickets, 450 tickets. There's people like from the Sikh community across the country there to come and watch me. So it meant a lot to me.
Let's jump into that then. Obviously, the Sikh community is massive as it across the world, but also it's growing in the boxing space as well. You've got yourself, Gully Power, Balraj Singh, and then Dylan Chima as well. But I mean, you guys are the main four people that are representing the Sikh community in boxing as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, Sikh community is quite. Well, it's weird. We're small. We're like less than 1% of like the world population.
Oh, okay.
But we're just spread out everywhere. So we don't really. We're everywhere, kind of thing. But we're just not in sports, and now I think that's changing. We're seeing more Sikhs in sport, in sort of like mainstream stuff, and it's nice. And like you said, we mentioned those boxers. We're taking it, taking it towards boxing. Now, it's only a matter of time before we see a Sikh world champion. Whether it's me, that time will tell. But it's exciting, and the Sikh community have supported me a lot. Like I said, every fight, people come from across the country, literally as far as like West Yorkshire. People come just to buy tickets, just to watch me fight, and they'll go home the same day, or like they'll book a hotel. Again, I don't even know them. They just come just to watch me and just to support me in my outing.
Definitely. Do you know is there anyone that has kind of travelled from like crazy far, or has reached out to you to say that you've watched your fight just because of that?
Do you know what? I was in Thailand, and I was just walking down the road. I swear down, and someone texted me on Instagram like, "Are you in Phuket walking down like the high street?" I thought, what the hell? But obviously he's from England.
Oh, okay.
From Thailand. But that's like the craziest story I've ever had. But I mean, like I said, someone coming from just West Yorkshire, it's like a 4-hour drive on a Friday. It's crazy, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it means a lot to me.
Definitely, mate, as well. And obviously, this is his second fight on December 13th since the loss to Sean Noakes. But we'll talk about that loss. I mean, it was for the English title as well. Sean's a good fighter, but I mean, what went wrong for you that night at the O2?
Listen, like I said, I don't want to disrespect my opponent. Credit to him, he beat me fair and square. But I know that I could have done better. I know that I didn't perform to the best of my ability. I know there's things I could have done, but that's just all hearsay. You know what I mean? That's all hindsight. I can say, I could have done this, I could have done that, this could have happened. But I know a few things, not necessarily what went wrong in camp. I just didn't. Looking back, I shouldn't have done it. And I guess I'm stage fright. No, I'm joking. I don't know. Just wasn't my day. You know what I mean? And no disrespect to him, but it was a close fight, and I could have done so much better. Do you know what I mean? I know I could have done so much better. Definitely,
mate. Obviously, you've already kind of right the wrong. You've already got that win back. This will be the second fight as well. I mean, what does the fight on December 13th kind of mean to you in the context of your career moving forward? What's next after this win?
Well, to be honest, I'm focused on this fight. Every fight, like I say, treat it like your last, and I'm excited to box on this big platform. And if I get the win on the 13th, then I'm back in title contention. I mean, and hopefully I can box on this show again in the coming year, and we can progress from there. As for like where I'm going or what I'm doing, I couldn't tell you yet. I've got a fight, and I've got to focus on that. I can't be thinking about next week or next month, for example. But I'm excited to box, get the win, and then we'll see where we go from there. There's a lot of options, and having huge boxing behind me, there's a lot I can do.
Definitely, mate, as well. Let's take it all the way back. Why did you first walk into a boxing gym?
So I used to play football, and I was obviously a skinny little kid. I was still quite skinny, but I was like even skinnier. And so my dad was like, you've got to do a bit of boxing because you need to put on some weight and that. So I went over the 6 weeks holidays, And then I just enjoyed it. My coach said, you know, you might as well have a couple fights. And then I had a few fights. And then in my first year of the schoolboys, I got to the final, lost in the final, split decision. And so I just carried it on. And then I got to about 16 and I had to make a decision either football or like boxing. And football's tough. I was a decent player, but it is just tough, you know what I mean? So I chose boxing and I kind of never looked back. But I've always been boxing from a young age. My family, they were doing a bit of boxing back in the day. I've still got family members involved in boxing. In the amateur scene, like referees, judges, and like they own a Fairburn boxing club.
Oh, okay, nice.
But yeah, so it was always kind of around me growing up. I just fell into it.
Definitely. I mean, some people might say that kind of boxing's more, like you said, that football's difficult, so I chose boxing. I mean, a lot of people would kind of flip that the other way around. What about boxing was kind of, I don't know, easier for you to do?
I mean, okay, I don't mean easier in like, you know, we get punched in the face for a living, but it was easy in the sense that it's harder to like progress if you want to go further in football. Okay. It's hard in boxing, but I was already at a certain stage, so it's not like I had to keep trying to do something that wasn't going to come, if that makes sense. You know, the boxing was going well for me. You know, I'd won a lot of fights and I was doing well, so I thought if I just stick with that and actually concentrate on it properly, you know, I can go a lot further.
Definitely, you were in a higher level, kind of comparing the two.
Comparing the two, yeah.
Nice. And then obviously you turned professional with Kevin Lilly. Yeah. I mean, everyone in the huge boxing team knows Kevin Lilly quite well. Obviously, former number 2 to Tony Sims. But I mean, how was that time with Kevin Lilly? Kind of, were you with him until the area title win?
No.
Or was it before?
Oh, just before that. So I was with Kevin for about 2-3 years, I think. So it was me, Danny Dignam, and Darko. You know, we had a good stable, and then Nina just joined for about 6 months to a year, and then I left. So we had a good stable, you know what I mean? We had good fighters, and Kevin taught me a lot, you know, because that transition from the amateur game to the pro game is quite tough, and he kind of pushed me through that, worked with me through that, taught me the differences and everything, and we had a good run. But I just felt like I needed to change, and then here I am at the Peacock.
Definitely, mate. As well, let's talk about the Peacock. I mean, every time I spoke to Denzel the other day ahead of his fight with Brad Pauls. Every time I speak to you guys, or whoever trains at the Peacock, there's such a community down there. Haji Lewis has just come to the gym and he's talking about you guys like you're all brothers as well. I mean, what is it like training there? And it must be nice to kind of have that environment around you all as well.
Definitely. Listen, we walk into the gym and like we see Martin's the first one in, but he's always Martin himself is such a positive person. He's so happy and he's so like merry that it makes you feel good about yourself, even when you've had sometimes you can't bother to train. You know, he's there and he's excited and he's ready and he's geared up for it. He makes you automatically feel better, and all of us fighters feed off that. And then obviously the fighters itself, you know, we've got Denzel, he's like the club captain. He's always, you know, even though he's always late, but he's a good guy and he's always like pushing us. You know what I mean? And we end up feeding off each other and we push each other. We all graft over some good fighters in the gym. You know, some days are tough, but we all push each other.
Yeah, so obviously down at the Peacock, I mean, there's so much in-house sparring down there, in and around your weight. I mean, it must be nice to kind of, mix it in with all of those guys.
Definitely. I mean, Peacock's like a hub as well. We've always got fighters coming from all over the gym, all over like London, especially like Monday, Wednesday, Friday sparring days. It's hectic. But we have a lot of good fighters, a lot of class fighters. So even if no one does come, I've always got sparring. You know what I mean? And always ample sparring. Different styles, different things, and sometimes it's good to have people from the outside, but it's sometimes good to spar people just from your gym so you can work on things. Because sometimes when you spar people from outside, it's heated, it's a bit too competitive, and you can't really pick things up. Whereas if you're sparring someone from the gym, it's like you're trying to work on things that and he's going to work on things, and you're not going to try to take each other's heads off.
Definitely, mate. As well, let's talk about Denzel, club captain. I mean, he's a guy. He's had the ups and downs the last few years, but I mean, he's always come back, and now he's got a massive fight. I think he's WBO number 1. Yeah. I mean, is he like? It's hard to say you look up to someone who's kind of your peer. But he must be an inspiration to you.
100%. Like, I mean, I remember he boxed that Janibek, that Kazakh in America. I swear to God, like he was in the gym a week later training, like he's not had a world title fight. You know what I mean? So when you look at that, and I'm thinking, if I'm doing a 6 round or a 10 round, that I've got to get back in the gym, do you know what I mean? And he's always training, he's always grafting, he's always putting in the work. And like you said, he's had his ups and downs. You know, around this time last year, he lost to Nathan Heaney, a fight that, you know, he just didn't turn up. But that's boxing. But now again, a year later, you know, fast forward, look where he is, and look what the position he's in, and he's got a massive fight next week. Gets a win, and you know, world title next, like Frank Warren said to him.
Definitely, fully expecting him to do the business on against Brad Pauls.
100%. No, again, no disrespect to Brad. He's a friend. You know, I've sparred him before as well, but Denzel's my stablemate, so
definitely, mate.
Denzel.
Definitely. I mean, Inder, I think we've absolutely smashed through my questions, mate. I mean, we'll talk about December 13th. I mean, what can the fans expect for Inder Bassi's return on December the 13th?
Do you know what? A boxing masterclass. You know, as always, you know, I put on a show, and I get the win, but get the win, and then like I put on a show. That's my job. My job is to just get there, get the win, any means necessary. You know what I mean? And I'm the kind of fighter that leaves it all in the ring. I don't want to, you know, I don't. If I got to go to war, then I'll go to war. If I can, you know, box his head off, I'll box his head off. But we'll see on December 13th how it comes, and then we'll be ready.
Definitely, mate. And where can fans get tickets to your fight and come down to the York Hall?
Just message me on Instagram. I've got all tickets on me, so just message me, drop me a message, and then I'll have a post with you or meet you, whatever, you know, and get ready for the 13th.
Perfect. Looking forward to the 13th. Inder Bassi, thank you very much, mate.
Cheers. Thank you very much.